You may not believe this, but there are quite a few Disney princesses who were set to star in their own movies, but never got the chance to. These princesses are amazing, yet somehow they just didn't make the cut. Watch until the end to find out which Disney princess would have starred in Princess Academy, but managed to get shelved instead.
I'm a princess too.
Clarice, Belle's little sister. It's a little-known fact that Princess Belle was originally going to have a cute little sister. Her name was Clarice, and she would have been a great companion for Belle, but they decided not to put her in the story because they wanted to emphasize Belle's loneliness. But it is fun to imagine what Clarice's story would have been like. Maybe she would have been a spunky kid who used her cleverness and tenacity to rescue Belle from the beast's captivity.
If she doesn't eat with me, then she doesn't eat at all.
Then Belle would have formed a relationship with Beast without, being his prisoner and all. Aida. Usually, Disney creates an animated film, and then it goes on to be a total hit.
I can't believe I did this!
But in the case of Aida, Disney skipped the movie and took this princess right to the stage. In fact, this Broadway hit was originally going to be an animated film first. Audra McDonald was all set to voice Princess Aida. The studio even reported working toward a live-action version of the movie, which would have starred Beyoncé, but neither film went anywhere. Aida is the story of an enslaved Nubian princess who falls in love with an Egyptian captain. It would have been amazing to see Beyoncé play this Disney princess, but unfortunately, the movies were never made. This next princess is more like a goddess than a princess. Eebee. After the success story of Disney's Hercules, the studio was all set to make a sequel.
I wish to stay on Earth with her.
Hercules 2 would have followed Hercules, his wife Megara, and their daughter Eebee. For some reason, the executives at Disney decided not to move into production with the film, which was a major bummer. This little Greek princess would have a powerful combo of Hercules' strength and Megara's sass. Maybe she would have found out that she has goddess blood in her veins, even though her dad decided to live among the humans. Her granddaddy is Zeus after all. We wonder what goddess-like abilities this toga-wearing princess would have had. Still, they probably would have paled in comparison to this next Disney princess. Odette. The story of Odette from Swan Lake features all the major characteristics of a Disney princess. In this story, the princess suffers the tragedy of being turned into a swan who can only assume her human form after the sun goes down. The only way to break the curse is to get a prince to fall in love with her.
Will you love me, Derek? Till the day I die?
That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Disney tried to turn this into an animated film in 1992, but they lost the deal. The film was eventually released by New Line Cinema. Still, Odette would have made an enchanting Disney princess. This next princess is one you don't want to miss. Maria, Mistress Masham's Repose. Maria is a lonely orphan who almost rose to Disney stardom in the 80s. She comes from the 1946 novel Mistress Masham's Repose. She lived a difficult life, raised by her cruel caretakers, Miss Brown and Mr. Hader. But then she discovers these tiny people called Lilliputians, who are known from the tale Gulliver's Travels. Together with her new little friends, she embarks on a bunch of magical adventures. This is right up Disney's alley. Unfortunately, the chairman at the time disliked the story.
I don't think so. Not right now.
The film was already in production when the movie was shelved, but who knows, maybe they will take it down from the dusty shelf one day. Penelope and the 12 Months. Disney loved the poem of young Penelope. It began as a poem in the 1940s about a girl who used a magical grandfather clock to travel through time.
Wait, what?
During the course of her travels, she met otherworldly beings, which represented the months of the year. Disney even went as far to hire artist Mary Blair to do some preliminary sketches for an animated movie. In the movie, Penelope looked just like the princess she worked for, and instead of a grandfather clock, she had a magical ring. Penelope used her magical ring to bring flowers to the princess, and the pair became good friends. Sadly, this movie never came to pass. Minnehaha. As part of Disney's musical production titled Silly Symphonies, an animated short was made. Little Hiawatha was a young Native American boy from a Henry Wadsworth Longfellow poem. He had many adventures with the animals through the forest near his village. Disney wanted to make a sequel to this short about a Native American girl named Minnehaha, but they decided to put the short story away in favor of making Pocahontas instead.
My name is Pocahontas.
It's unclear why they thought they couldn't have two stories about Native American girls. Maybe they will bring Minnehaha back one day. ROS McGee. Barry Cook, the co-director of Mulan, was all set to make a Disney film about a sort of Appalachian Juliet called My Peoples. Barry was heartbroken that the movie was never made, saying that he poured his soul into its story.
That's just great. Now what? I'm doomed.
He said he opened himself to all the things he loves. The cast of the film included an animated doll version of Abraham Lincoln. He was trying to help the star-crossed lovers get together. Who wouldn't want to see that? However, Disney went with Chicken Little instead. This next princess would have required going back in time. The First Queen. Before the tale of Snow White ever became a Disney animated classic, it was a golden book, and this picture book from 1952 featured Snow White's mother. She was sitting by a window and sewing during a cold winter day. Suddenly, she pricks her finger. At that moment, she wishes for a daughter with lips as red as blood, skin as white as snow, and her hair as black as ebony.
Oh, how silly of me. I'm Snow White.
That's really all we know about this mysterious character, but Disney missed an opportunity to tell the story of Snow White's mother as a princess. Seriously, did she have magical wishing powers or something? An even bigger mystery is the final princess on our list. Princess Academy. Did you know that Disney had plans to create a sort of magical princess, Fantasia? They wanted to put all their lead female characters together in a movie, including Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and characters from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
How many times do we have to do this damn scene? Go!
They were all going to interact with each other at some kind of boarding school. There's even a movie poster for this abandoned film project. In the poster, there is one character we don't recognize. It's the fair maiden behind Alice. She looks like a centaur, perhaps from Fantasia. That's a pretty unusual Disney princess. We'd love to know her story. So, which one of these forgotten princesses was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below. If you love Disney princesses as much as we do, be sure to subscribe to The Things to catch our latest princess videos. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up while you're at it. Thanks for watching. Bye!